And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jacobs on first down, and he'll take this forward for about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First down and much more here for Jones. And finally brought down at the 43.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
On second and 12, Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Here's second and 10. Here's Carr. Going right back to Jones. This time the connection made. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Dancing to his, and now the ball's out. Carr lost it, fumble. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarter.
Taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, 67 yards. And the 49ers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. It's a run with Mostert. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And his throw is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, an 80-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. On the return, Tyron Johnson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Carr now on 1st down. The open man here, Renfro. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Carr to throw again. Caught by Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll find Richard here underneath. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st down, Lance winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A final shot before half for Lance. Taking a shot for Samuel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Lance now on first down. Steps away to his left. This will be caught at Samuel. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lance. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Johnson now to return it. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 10. Carr going to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though. But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Here's Carr to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Looking downfield for Jones. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Jones has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Or maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr again. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Raiders able to get this back to within at least some measure here of respectability. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And some room to work. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 172 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Now Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Well, same target, same result. It's Kittle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. To throw again on second down, Lance. That ball caught, Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk, a 20-yard touchdown. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. It's a run with Mostert. And boy, we talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Carr. And this goes out wide for Drake. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Throwing on first down is Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game and moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just got to give us that look like.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
It's a run with Mostert, and he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run it with Jacobs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Four yards remain for 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Carr. And this will be caught by Edwards. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. That one looks like he'll throw here. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And he will find his man, Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and a QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd and 10, Carr, one last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, Richard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.